friends, this is Miss Ann here at the Warminster Township Free Library, and welcome back to our Fall Take and Makes. Today we're going to be making our toilet paper roll owl. So let's get started. And as always, we're going to first talk about our supplies, what you would need in order to do this craft. These are basic supplies that you might actually already have at home, and I'll also try to help you guys out if you didn't pick up a kit, how you can do it without the paint, which I think is the hardest thing to have on hand. So the supplies include a toilet paper roll, so any toilet paper roll that you might have on hand. We used blue paint, but you can use a blue marker or Sharpie. We provided a paintbrush as well for that. Googly eyes, orange triangle nose, two blue wing cutouts that kind of look like teardrops. And then we had these little construction paper circles. What you would provide is glue. And again, if you have these materials on hand, you can join us with this craft. So step one is actually like a pretty difficult step to kind of visualize. You take the two top ends of your toilet paper roll and you fold them together in the center, and they actually create like what kind of look like ears, but in the case of an owl, it's actually not ears. These are kind of feather tufts. An owl's ears are actually like on an owl's head, and they're a little lopsided, which is really cool. And if you are interested in learning more about owls, we did an owl program here at the library, and you can go onto YouTube to check that out. So once you've kind of folded everything together, this is kind of how it looks, and don't worry, we'll show you kind of from the front as well. So step two is to paint, and that's kind of what it would look like as you're painting from the front. So you're just going to paint the whole owl's body with the blue paint. Again, if you don't have blue paint and you didn't pick up a craft, you can use a Sharpie, or make your owl any color. If you have purple paint or if you have green paint, you can totally do that too. Up to you what color you want to make your owl, but also you don't have to paint him at all. So owls are typically brownish, sometimes white, sometimes, mix of different colors. So you can just leave him as he is. We decided to add some paint into the mix because we thought that would be fun and make him blue. So it will take you a couple extra steps to kind of paint the whole thing, but you want to paint all around him. And this is what it'll look like. So step three is the hardest step, as always. It's waiting for the body to dry. You need to wait for the owl to dry before you can glue down everything and continue on with the craft. So my recommendation is go outside or, go and play and come back maybe in an hour or two. For me, I waited a day. Really gave it an extra couple hours to dry. So now that your body is dry, step four is to glue on the center parts, which is like these feather belly kind of situation. And I use the circles to kind of represent that. They're construction paper circles. You can, trace and cut. I had a little die cut that I, cut them out with, and you have a pretty decent stack. But you might even be able to do two of these if you have another toilet paper roll. So I glued them down. I just kind of created like a little half moon and glued them into that. You don't have to worry about it being like a perfect like half moon, or half oval, because we are going to glue the wings on top of them on either end. And you kind of just overlap them. So I actually curled the circles around the toilet paper roll to help it stick better, and it did take a few seconds. So if you're struggling, kind of curling it, or using the glue as like a Mod Podge, like and actually like painting glue onto the feathers and kind of getting them onto the circles to get them a little wet also helps. And that's actually what I did is I took the paintbrush and I was dabbing in the glue and painting it on to really help the circles stick. So as you can see, this is actually only on half. If I were to have spun my owl around, that would not have continued everywhere. It was only on one side of the toilet paper roll. Okay, so step 5, after you've glued on all the circles, you maybe you're waiting for it to dry, you're going to glue on the owl wings to either side of where your circles end. So kind of like where your arms are onto either side. So it looks like that on one side, and then this is what it kind of looked like when I was gluing it down. And this gives you a good visual of where I ended the circles. You can see it only goes on the front. So step 6, last but not least, is to add the eyes and nose. So you add the googly eyes and then the nose in the center, which is this little tiny, little orange triangle. And so that's what he kind of looks like when he's all done. What you could also do is glue on a string if you want to hang him someplace, maybe in your room. We're getting closer to Christmas. Maybe you want to make him into an ornament. That's up to you. We do recommend that you wait for him to dry, or her. Wait for your owl to dry a bit before you, put him or her any place, just to make sure that pieces don't fall off. And of course, enjoy your owl, your toilet paper owl craft. Alright, you guys, we are done for today. Again, please check us out on YouTube. We have other amazing programs. We have some of our science programs posted there from the various months, and as well as some of the other craft programs, not just for the fall, but for the summer and spring months as well. So do check us out on YouTube. And as always, we hope to see you very soon here at the Warminster Township Free Library.